So far there are still skeptics around the story of the existence of the sea monster in the Pacific Ocean, commonly known as Cthulhu. And the question remains, is there a monster known as the black hole of the ocean? Although considered the king of the sea monsters, in fact, many people will probably hear the Kraken more sea monsters, because it is considered the most famous sea monster in the Atlantic. The name Cthulhu is considered strange to many people, even they considered that this is the type of monster has the most difficult to read in the world. But with the fishermen on the largest ocean in the Pacific Ocean, just hear the horrible sound coming from the bottom of the sea that they know that disaster is about to come and no one will be able to eliminated from Cthulhu when they were identified as prey. Although it was considered a legendary monster, it was not until the 1920s that a writer of horror called Lovecraft wrote a novel called Call of Cthulhu. Since then there are more rumors that the story is based on real things in life. The testimony of seeing Cthulhu began to reveal, many reported that they had seen such creatures in the Pacific. Most fishermen claiming to have caught Cthulhu claim that the monster is shaped like a dragon, or something of that size, is huge with the head of an octopus. Every time the monster rising up, the sea surface forming large waves to erupt into the clouds. Even areas near the coast are affected by the high waves. Not to mention where Cthulhu appeared. Cthulhu is said to be sleeping in the sea and waiting to be awakened by worshippers in a sea temple named Relian. In fact, there have been many attempts at the belief that individuals who want to wake up to Cthulhu are unsuccessful. In some small Indonesian islands, it is said that when the tsunami occurs, it is the time that Cthulhu moves. Considered to be a giant invincible monster in the legend, but Cthulhu does not always want to attack humans. This monster is only really dangerous when it is awakened unexpectedly, otherwise always lie deep under the sea to rest. So one question that has been raised for so long is, if they really exist, what drives them to oblivion? Maybe it was rejected, or negated by so many people until the real mystery was born. While the suspicions surrounding Cthulhu's actual existence are controversial, a degree in the existence of this monster is unexpectedly announced. In 1997, oceanographers recorded a number of strange noises in the Pacific Ocean. Especially the distance between two microphones and 2,000 miles, and recorded by the most advanced equipment of the time, and it's impossible for a normal beast like a whale or a dolphin to do that. Oceanographers and researchers of strange noises could not explain what the noise was. The tape was recorded on May 15, 1997. Though I did not know what it was, I asserted that it was not a normal sound that we knew. They are 5,000 miles beyond my imagination, and I cannot explain it. And the only thing that we can explain is that it sounds crappy. Maybe I can confirm that we have the evidence of Cthulhu. Dr. Christopher Fox of the Marine Research Center U.S. Share. Apparently, Dr. Christopher Fox does not believe that such exotic and resonant sounds are man-made, such as a submarine or a bomb, and not some of the more familiar geological events. Volcanic or earthquake. Even though Bloop's sound profile is not like a living being, its origin is a mystery because it is different from the sounds known and loud than the sounds of large animals. The most recorded times are blue whales. Although there have been many contradictions in the analysis of this strange sound, even Fox initially suggested that the sound was likely due to ice crashes when the ice melted and cracked in Antarctica. But a year later, journalist David Wallman commented on Dr. Fox's updated opinion that it may have originated in animals. Fox's hunch is that the sound nicknamed bloop is likely to come from some kind of animation, because its signal is a rapid variation in the frequency range similar to that of sounds known to be caused by marine mammals. However, there is a very important difference. In 1997, bloop was detected by sensors beyond 4,800 kilometers. That means it must be much larger than any whale noise, or any other animal noise on this issue. Could it even outstrip some of the larger creatures than any of the blue whales lurking in the deep ocean? Or maybe something like that is more likely to make this kind of sound. Bloop is an underwater sound with extremely low frequencies and extremely loud noise and an acoustic origin that forms an approximate triangle at 50 degrees south coordinates 100 degrees west, 50 degrees south 100 degrees west, sticky in the southern Pacific Ocean in the western part of South America's South Pole. And this sound is repeatedly detected by the underwater equatorial sound sensor in the Pacific equator. The system is developed as an automatic underwater sensor network that can be deployed in any oceanographic area to track specific phenomena. It is mainly used to track seabed earthquakes, ice noise, the same number of marine mammals and migratory species. This is an independent system designed and built by the U.S. Pacific Ocean Environmental Laboratory to enhance the use of the U.S. Navy Sound Surveillance System, which was originally designed by NOAA to detect Soviet submarines. As described, the sound comes up quickly in a frequency of about a minute and enough amplitude to be heard on multiple sensors at a distance of more than 5,000 kilometers. Since then, many hypotheses have been made. But the relevance to Cthulhu is said to be greater, as the seas detect this strange sound close to the area where fishermen claim to exist. A strange sea monster. It is clear that the hypothesis of Cthulhu's sea monsters is that the scientific community is constantly exploring research with the desire to solve the mystery of the strange sound in the deep sea, and apparently, after all, the truth about the mysterious sound at the bottom of the Pacific was brought to light. Bloop is the name of Cthulhu, supposedly not the most mysterious sound of the ocean. In May 1997, the U.S. government's recording equipment caught another strange sound, called slowdown. It lasts about 7 minutes, it gradually reduced altitude, like a plane flying and then lost. Slowdown seems to have been emanating from somewhere on the southwestern coast and resounded more than 2,000 kilometers. In 2008, as the A53A iceberg track was nearing its end in South Georgia, the shadow of the bloop sound came out. Recorded results show that the cracking of large ice sheets at sea has enough sound intensity to travel far away at a distance of 5,000 kilometers. On the other hand, the sound spectrum of the tape is quite similar to that of bloop. After reconciliation, the U.S. Marine Research Center said, bloop sound is not so mysterious that it may be the cracking of the icebergs in the sea or under the ocean. However, this answer is not enough to satisfy curious people. In the world, many people still believe in the presence of a sea monster emitting sound bloop. The legend of the Cthulhu monster appears in the beliefs of many people and is worshipped by many sects. Although it is not known that Cthulhu is still the name that attracts many people's attention, so there have been many films describing the dark creatures of the earth. Export and generate huge revenue. Feel free to leave a comment below. Thank you for following. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to stay updated with hot news every day.